My name is Beardmohbox and I am the new Madden curse. Chances are you saw my video exposing the Madden curse, and what a mistake that was. Never be foolish enough to mess with the football gods. Not only did they make sure to exact the curse on Gronkowski this year in no uncertain way because we all watched the video, they also turned me into a real life curse and I have to live with that. Now I'm not exactly a Madden curse because my curse has nothing to do with Madden, but I am however a fantasy football curse, and exactly how that works I will show you now. And this is how it works. I am a fantasy football curse, and to be fair, considering that I am cursed and I curse players, I did quite well to finish in 3rd place. So this is my end of season roster, and there's nothing spectacular here. Adrian Peterson I added after he came off IR just in case. Alshon Jeffrey I picked up after he was unsuspended just in case. Devontae Booker I picked up and just never dropped because there wasn't anybody else to pick up instead, even though he started doing less and less. And at tight end I did have Tyler Eifert, but he was inactive for the last game, so I picked up Antonio Gates. He scored 15 points. He won me the 3rd place trophy, if that's what you can call it. I'm not really that proud of 3rd place, especially because I could have been 2nd had I not made a bad decision in the 2nd to last week. And then kicker Matt Bryant, that was Dan Bailey for a long time. And defense I again chose just for the last week, the Los Angeles Rams. It was the Philadelphia Eagles before that. But looking at my final roster, there's nothing cursey about this whatsoever. You know, just guys that done alright. But of course, as people got injured and things, I dropped them. And one thing you'll obviously see already anyway is Marcus Mariota. But we will do this in chronological order. So this is my week 1 roster. So these are all the players I drafted, completely unchanged. I didn't bring in anyone, and it's actually really not that great. And obviously straight away you see how maybe I could curse some players. So right off from the beginning, the first thing you see, 3 players on my team from week 1 and now on IR. Now obviously Eddie Lacy went on injured reserve pretty early, Danny Woodhead went on injured reserve pretty early, Julius Thomas a little bit later, but from my week 1 roster, 3 players were on injured reserve. My starting defense in week 1, the Carolina Panthers, who was more disappointing compared to last year, this year, than the Carolina Panthers, and I picked them as my defense. And then John Brown, another disappointment this year in performance or production. Again, someone on my team. I cursed all these guys. But let's move on to week 3. So in week 3, I pick up Shane Vereen, who then goes on to injured reserve. Another guy that I cursed. That currently puts my injured reserve total at 4. Now we move on to week 5, and my injured reserve total jumps to 5 because I also picked up Eddie Royal, who has since gone on to injured reserve. But this is one of the bigger ones here. We go down to the defense. I changed defenses in week 5, so I dropped both the Bills and the Panthers. One defense I picked up, the Philadelphia Eagles. Do you know when the Philadelphia Eagles stopped winning? Week 5. Their first 3 games they win, 3-0 into the bye week. Then they lose, and then they win 3 more games after that. If that's not me cursing the Eagles, I don't know what is. Also, another point mentioning is that Dan Bailey to start the season had been injured as well and wasn't kicking as well as usual. That's me cursing people again. But now we go back to this final week roster. Marcus Mariota broke his leg. He'd been on my team for a long time. He'd been my starter for most weeks. I broke Marcus Mariota's leg, and I broke Derek Carr's leg as well. The 2 quarterbacks here that broke their legs, my team had something to do with. So I have Marcus Mariota on my team. He breaks his leg. My team is called Derek Where's My Car, with a lovely picture of Derek Carr. He breaks his leg. I have cursed these people. In total, 5 or 6 of the players that I picked up were eventually put on injured reserve. I put 5 or 6 people on injured reserve. That's all on me. It's overwhelming evidence, as you can see. Another thing as well here in this final week, the Phillip Rivers. I've been playing Marcus Mariota most weeks. I play Phillip Rivers against the Cleveland Browns. They're the only team to lose to the Cleveland Browns. I don't think there's anything more I can really say. I think the evidence is completely, overwhelmingly, positively proof that I am a curse. I will never play fantasy football again. 3rd place is the highest I'm ever destined for. I don't have a chance at ever winning one, and I wouldn't put other people, these players, through me playing them on fantasy football and then them getting injured because all I wanted was to get some imaginary points on a weekly basis. I am a curse, and I will do everything I can to not affect players anymore.